Everyone, this is Teresa. Today I thought I would make apple crisp pizza. I have a extra pie crust from my last video, and I thought I'd give this one a try and bring you along. My pie crust is already made. I have it sitting on the counter for about 10 minutes so I can roll it out easily. And the second thing I'm going to do is take these apples. They're Gala apples. The recipe says these are good to use. I'm going to peel these, slice them, and dice them. I have my apples chopped. I used 4 Gala apples. I probably already said that. I apologize if I did. I also tossed in a little lemon juice. I like the little bit of tang it gives. And I'm going to also drop in just half a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. And I'm going to mix that in. And you need a 12-inch pizza pan. And I covered it with parchment paper. So I'm going to mix these in. And then I'm going to take my second mixture is 2/3 cup of sugar. Let me show you. It's right here. 2/3 cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And I've mixed this. I'm going to toss my apples into this mixture. Sorry about the metal bowl. Okay. We're going to toss these together. And I guess you want to coat them as well as you can. I don't know if I'm going to use all of these apples. So toss this in. That looks pretty good. Whoops. It's Sunday here, and it's really kind of hot to bake, actually. So I cut my apples up pretty small so it wouldn't take as long in the oven. Okay, now I'm going to move you over, and we're going to start working with the pie crust. I rolled it out the best I could, and it cracked in a couple places, but that's fine. You can just patch it together. I'm going to try to create a little edge on it, just so the juices don't go everywhere. If I can, I don't know if I should be folding it up or down. Maybe I should be folding it the other way. It's the first time I've made this recipe before, but it's been a long time. And it also has a crumb topping, and I'll tell you those ingredients in just a second. That looks good enough. So we're going to take our apple mixture, and I think, I'm not going to be able to use all these apples, and just sprinkle them all on top. I tried to cut them up a little bit smaller so they maybe would bake a little quicker. Because it's got to be in the 80s today, or high 80s. And it's very humid. I'm in Louisiana, by the way. Let's see. I'm just going to have to cook these apples down and make it a little applesauce, I think. That looks like plenty to me. Yeah, that's all I'm going to put. Okay. So we have a crumb topping. Let's move this over. And in this bowl, I have a half a cup of all-purpose flour, 1/3 cup of packed brown sugar, a half cup of old-fashioned rolled oats, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/4 cup of softened butter. And I'm just going to mix this around with my hands. They're clean. And just make some crumbs. And this is going to bake for about 35 to 40 minutes. This is not working. There we go. Now it's coming together. Okay, I made a mess. I'm just gonna take this and just crumble this on top. That's the best part to me. Or, I don't know, maybe the caramel, I'm not sure. I put a piece of parchment paper just in case. I didn't want to make a big mess in the oven. And that looks good to me. It's gonna be a messy pizza. I hope I can cut it. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the oven. And while it's baking, we'll make the caramel sauce. Let me put this in the oven and wash my hands and we'll go to the next step. Okay, I only need a half cup of caramel topping. I'm gonna use these. I'll put a half a cup. I'm gonna put it on a very low flame. And I'm gonna add just a couple of tablespoons of heavy cream. And just melt this slowly. And then we'll drizzle this. I think I'm gonna add a pinch of salt too, because it's so sweet. So I'm gonna melt this and save it for when the pizza comes out, and I'll show you what to do next. Caramel sauce. Ow! It's all melted. I'm gonna take it off the burner and wait for the pizza, and then we'll drizzle it on. Okay, guys, I think it's ready. I'm gonna pull it out of the oven, and there it is. Not very pretty, but I hope I can cut it. But now you've drizzled. I have the half cup of caramel, or you don't have to put any at all if you don't want to. And we definitely have to give some of this away because we can't be eating all these desserts. But this is going to be so good with ice cream. Even if it breaks up, it's still going to be good with ice cream. The only thing I do not like about this recipe is having to wash the dishes that have caramel in them. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to let it cool for a few minutes. Probably about 20 minutes because it's really hot. And I'll bring you back. Okay, guys, I'm by myself today, so I'm trying to do this. But here's a little piece. This is what it looks like. I put just a little bit of ice cream on it. It cut beautifully. The crust is just perfect because you want the crust recipe. It's on my last video for the pecan pie. And I'll list this recipe in the description box. Oh, and the ice cream is just starting to melt. And the crust is perfect on the bottom. You can see that. So let's taste. If you like apples and cinnamon and caramel and brown sugar, this is a great recipe for fall. I had 4 little apples I needed to use, and I didn't end up using them all, but it turned out really well. I like the amount that I used. I hope you give this recipe a try, and I hope you come back and see me. Thank you for watching.